Welcome to Enlighten with Truth here with your host, Sonia. Thank you for joining me today, a day that feels very much about self care and self nourishment. And so, some things that I've been doing for myself in the last couple of weeks has been pretty major. It includes travel as well, travel into Merida, Yucatan, Mexico, to get a Mayan Sabota treatment. And I was fortunate to get two treatments while I was there from a very beautiful woman named Maria Kanich. And Maria has been part of this Mayan Sabota journey all her life because she is, I believe, third generation, and she's training her daughter as fourth generation. But what I really want to talk about with this self care journey and nourishment is that I've been finding it on another level of necessity. And it's mainly because I have been so overwhelmed or drained by just dealing with external circumstances. That's the simplified way I'm going to keep it. um, and these external circumstances, for example, has been not only draining, but also overwhelming me in ways over the last 4 to 5 years that was pretty much a whirlwind, unexpected, on top of, becoming a new mom and also journeying this life, period, right? So, the womb healing with this Mayan Sabata has really helped me to transform the physical aspect of me by eliminating back pain. Now, to be honest, I didn't know that was going to be part of the equation. I kept myself very open and very in allowing to receive whatever is possible from this type of Mayan massage or Mayan abdominal massage. And while this video is not just about that, this video is about self care and nourishment, that has been part of the catalyst to helping me to see clearer that physical massage, physical touch, self care, self love, time for self, um, alone time to reflect, to discover more about your desires, your needs, who you are as a person is so important right now. And I think it's important in this life that we have, this one life that we get in this time, to really have these moments, these phases where we allow ourselves to be able to just be and be in a way that there's not these distractions or toxicity or overwhelming energy from external circumstances, which are people, places, things, anything that is taking up space, so much space that we cannot even focus on the daily basics of life, such as like combing your hair or, just being able to get out of bed in the mornings or having the energy, having the strength to, function. We all have to function in this life. We don't want to just be passive in this life. We want to be functioning, happy, creative, intellectual, full of wisdom, beautiful beings. At least I do. So, it all comes back to self-care and nurture. And massage happens to be part of that equation, along with life force energy foods. So, living foods, foods that come from the earth and that nourishes us, that we feel alive again. We feel joyous. We feel, oh, this is what I needed. This is my comfort. And yes, it may involve some comfort foods, but the comfort foods that nourishes the body. And if that's vague to you, you may have to do some research. Some examples that come to mind right now is probably some rooted vegetables, some rooted yams and yuca, and eating from trees and fruit trees. Like the other day, I was looking at the cashew, and how the cashew has that fruit and then the nut. But eating things that we can see how it's grown, if it's possible, right? It's unfortunately, we live in a world where it's not as easy to see where our food comes from. But I feel that it is so important for us to see where our food comes from, to at least do some research on those labels and know where our food source is coming from, because it's going to help us to connect more to the food, help us to connect more to the vibration of the food, because we're so disconnected from the world around us right now. And it is just time to reconnect to our body, our mind, the foods we put in it, the people we surround ourselves with, the things we look at, we listen to, we converse about, and the things that we're doing on a daily basis that may just be chipping away at our health and well being without realizing it. So, self care and self nourishment is a very important factor. But how do we do that? What does it look like for us? What does it look like for you? And water, drinking water, immersing yourself in a bath, or taking a nice shower, wetting your head. I've talked about that in other videos, to where it just makes you feel replenished. Yes, it cleans you. Yes, it purifies you, but making yourself feel replenished with water. And the other thing that comes to mind, what I have been doing, is rest, and not feeling guilty about resting. It sounds strange when I say not to feel guilty about resting, because rest should come natural. Rest is a natural thing for us. But for anyone out there like me who may in the beginning feel so guilty about resting, taking some time out to rest, to just be and do nothing, the joy of doing nothing, the joy of being disconnected from my phone, from my laptop, and just rest. Rest in my eyes, rest in my body, resting. Rest is beautiful. Rest is so essential for our well being, but something that we may take for granted. Please don't take rest for granted, because I just feel like we could wake up on the wrong side of the bed and the body is telling us, hey, you should have rested. But now look at you. Now look at what you've created and manifested. And now we have to rest no matter what, because our body is unhealthy. So please don't wait until it's too late to rest, to find time to do nothing and enjoy doing nothing. Or maybe it's watching something funny where you're not overthinking, so that the mind also gets a rest. Rest on all levels: physical, mental, emotional. And spiritually, when you could rest, you could be in that meditative place, that state where the mind, the monkey mind, is shut down. The mental clutter is like non existent. But all of this takes practice. All of this takes, first of all, the desire to do this, and then the practice. So self-care, self-nourishment is part of the energy right now. It came in with this full moon in Aquarius, and it feels good. I'm not going to lie. It feels good to rest. It feels like, yes, I know with school starting back, that the rest may not come easily or naturally, but I feel like anything we can take time to create and manifest is essential for our well-being, to get through the rest of this year, the rest of this month, and for some of us, probably the rest of this week. So I want to leave you with not taking rest for granted. Find time to rest. Find the joy in doing nothing. Thank you. If you like these videos, to help me out, please like, share them, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Take care. Don't forget to rest.